Assalamu alaikum. This is lesson 2 in the Ramadan series regarding critiques and criticisms of some of the idols that I grew up with, the idols that every American can relate to. You know, Abraham smashed the idols, and Abraham knew who the idols were. His dad was the chief of the idol makers. Well, recall that I told you about how I was forced into ballet and piano and organ, etc., to change my basic nature because my mom was following the trends. So that's why today I will begin with the trends that I'm most familiar with, and that would be my generation and forward. And it is specifically today going to be a retrospective on those that I feel are the most guilty. You have to know your enemy in order to battle. And I think I know my enemy very well because I was one of the victims of the music industry my entire life until I started to understand Islam and focus on Quran. It's said that Quran cannot live in the same heart with music. So rather than your labeling me extremist at the outset, I want to tell you that not every single note and every single lyric is going to damn you to the eternal hellfire. I am just going to try to explain and show you a little bit of what I mean. And the best way of doing that is to give an example. Give an example so that you can relate. So every one of these lessons on music will be titled with a song that I chose for each lesson to make it brief. The first song that I'm going to speak the lyrics to, no music, just lyrics, is going to be the famous song called My Way. I did it my way, remember? Well, we know that the saying of you are your own maker or determiner or it's all up to you is the satanic platform. You worship yourself. So now let's pause. I'm going to put it on pause, and then I'm going to tell you exactly all of the lyrics of My Way, inshallah. My way. And now the end is here, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll make it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway. And more, much more, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway. And more, much more, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not. Not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. Let the record show I took the blows and did it my way. Can you see where I'm going? Now, to be fair, there is a lot of truth in this regarding a person's bravery. Would that be the correct way to phrase it? Not to follow the herd. That sounds good to me. And to face obstacles and not be smacked down by circumstances. However, it's the my way that bothers me. Because as Muslims, we believe in one way. It's called the straight path. You know, Prophet Muhammad drew a line in the sand when he was demonstrating to the companions, and he said, "This is the straight path." And he started at the top and he drew the line. It comes from Allah and Allah's will down to us. And then he took the stick and drew branches off to either side. And he said, there is the one straight path, but there will be diverging paths. And at the top of each one, at the head of each one, is a Satan. So one should not be boastful to say that he did it his way or her way, my way. And that is how we were raised. And it was couched in a sort of a pseudo democracy that we all have a voice, and all of our voices should be heard, because all of our voices should have equal weight. That's where we get the idea of elections and our representatives and so forth. But I think now we all are aware that that was not exactly the truth. What was the truth? Well, you could say how much money is donated, or how many connections you may have along your way. This is something that I think is going to be a challenge as we go on, because every one of these lessons is going to be something that is undeniable. If you're an American, and if you're an older American, certainly you know these songs and you lived in these songs. For my next lesson, I'm going to do another one of my favorite songs, actually, and this one touches my heart specifically. So stay tuned for lesson 3, and it's called Nothing Compares to You. Assalamu alaikum.